Check it. All right, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we focus on AMC stock, GME stock, APE stock, and SPY stock. We are looking at the technical analysis and data because if you do not use the technical analysis and data to guide your trades, then literally, what are you doing? Absolutely not the right thing. We leave emotion at the door and we focus on the facts, charts, and data to help guide our trades in this community. So let's go ahead and look at AMC, GME, APE, and SPY because GME just set up for a nasty move as we tested the macro sloping resistance as support. Also, AMC on the oversold territory, and I think is about to set up a major move. I'm letting you guys know my personal plans for AMC, where I think the bottom is, and how high I think we are going to go in this video. Also, we talk about APE, and I let you know price points and breakout points for APE, and what I think is coming up for SPY in this video. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and hop into the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. All right, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we're looking at AMC, APE, and GME. We're also looking at SPY in this video. This is going to be your overall market update for AMC, GME, APE, and SPY. Let's go ahead and hop in the charts and see what we have going on. So as you guys can see, SPY is getting that pullback that I did anticipate. We are getting that pullback to the downside, but I would not going out grabbing puts just yet. As you guys can see, we are in a falling wedge, so we could find support and get a bounce to the upside, getting a overall higher high and a double top scenario, which I do think is coming out. I do think we're going to see more downside for SPY here into Tuesday and Wednesday, or into Wednesday and Thursday, and then in the later end of the week, Thursday and Friday, start to see upside for SPY as it starts to get a bounce, possibly moving back up to about 445, 450 before getting a double top and then start seeing capitulation to the downside. So I do think SPY overall is going to be coming to the downside. I do think SPY is actually setting up for a major crash, and I'll show you guys why I think that here with the macro technicals and what I'm looking at for SPY overall on the bigger picture using the technicals and fundamentals, and why I think that this is going to happen. So again, I do think we are going to get a double top for SPY as it does come down to the downside, get this bullish continuation pattern and move to the upside. I do think throughout the beginning of the week here until the later end of the week, we will see downside, and then once Thursday, Friday come around, we will see SPY start to get an initial bounce, start moving to the upside, and then get a overall double topping pattern and start moving to the downside. Now, why do I think SPY is going to move to the downside? Well, if you go ahead and look at the macro, you guys can see we're in a massive bear flag. This is a bear flag, which means we have downside as well. Also, the macro technicals and fundamentals are extremely bearish. As you guys know, the economy is not doing the best. Also, we have massive bearish divergence. That means price is going up while RSI is going down. As you guys can see, RSI topping out way back here in the past and way back here, and then RSI has been in a downtrend ever since, trending to the downside. As you guys can see, peaks getting lower and lower and lower while price is moving to the upside. That means on the weekly time frame here, SPY could be setting up for one of the major crashes that we have ever seen with this massive bearish divergence in the chart on the weekly time frame. Again, this is setting up for a massive crash and correction in my personal opinion. Also, you can see that RSI on the weekly time frame is overbought, and every time we get to these overbought levels on SPY, it marks a top for SPY. So I do think SPY is going to be coming down to the downside and correcting hard to the downside, but I would not be running out to grab puts just yet. I do think it has a little bit more momentum to the upside. If you go ahead and look at the Wall Street cheat sheet for psychology market cycles, you guys can see that basically we are in the complacency stage. We had this massive euphoria run up right here. Then you have a drop to the downside in this upwards chop consolidation in this bear flag. And if you go ahead and look, you can see movement to the upside. Then you see that downside upwards consolidation chop in that bear flag. And then what do you get? Capitulation, anger, and depression. And I do think that is coming for SPY. I do think AMC and GME are going to decouple from SPY and start to move up while SPY moves to the downside. And I made many videos on why why I think this. So if you want to see that, go ahead and check out those videos. But this is what I'm looking at for SPY. I do think we're going to see a move to the downside. Also, you can see that we're in extreme greed. Anytime it is extreme greed, that means you are reaching a peak. You always want to do the opposite of the herd. You want to be scaling out of your positions in this time, scaling out at the top, and then waiting for extreme fear to be buying the bottom. Again, more signs that we are setting up for a major move and correction to the downside. We do have Powell speaking here on Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday, we do have Powell speaking. So this could correlate with more movement to the downside as Powell speaks. If he does tend to be more hawkish, if he tends to be more dovish, we could see SPY again get that double top pop to the upside. But I do think SPY is making a blow off top, what we're seeing right now. And now we're about to see a major pullback here in the upcoming weeks for SPY, but not before we could see a potential double top pattern and then see that push to the downside. Now, if SPY does not hold these key critical levels at 435 and 432, we will see SPY push to the downside and break to the downside hard. That is what I'm looking at for SPY on the bigger and longer time frame. So this is what I'm looking at. Again, I do think we're going to see that movement to the downside based off of the technicals and fundamentals, and that is why I think that. Let's go ahead and look at AMC, GME, and APE. I'm going to hop in the charts and look at APE and show you guys what I'm looking at for APE. So APE did have a green day today. We did have a green candle printed today. As you guys can see, we got that green candle print. Also, if you go ahead and look at APE, APE is working on a massive breakout as we have this bull flag right here. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. Also, I want you guys to know that I have Hakanashi style candles on right now. So if my candles look a little weird to you, it's because I have Hakanashi style candles. But as you guys can see, we do have this bull flag shaping up for APE right now, and I do think APE is consolidating and about to break out to $2, $2.50. So I do think APE is going to be moving to the upside. Now, a lot of people think that the reverse split is coming and things like that. Guys, my personal opinion, this is just my personal opinion, the reverse split is dead. I'm not sure if you were for the reverse split or not for the reverse split. It doesn't matter to me. You can have your own opinions. But in my personal opinion, the reverse split is dead and is not happening. The conversion is not happening. It is not happening. It is very, very clear that APE is, one, illegal, off the rip, completely illegal. And two, it is very, very clear that Adam Aaron sold APE to Ontario right before the vote so they could cook the vote. The judge is going to see that and say, no, this can't happen. It is very, very obvious what's going to happen. So I do not think the reverse split, in my personal opinion, is going to be happening. I think it's dead in the water. So therefore, APE will be running up with AMC. What I think is going to happen with APE, it's not going to be converted. It's going to run up with AMC. And I do have those dates that I'm looking at for a possible run again on the 28th and 29th. I do think AMC is going to be running up on the 28th and the 29th. So me personally, I'm looking at those dates, and I'll tell you guys other dates that I'm looking at for loading the boat and where I think the bottom is going to be at for AMC here in a minute. So as you guys can see, APE is moving into this bear flag. I do not think it's going to be, or bull flag. I do not think it's going to be converted. I think it's going to be running up with AMC, and it's going to stay about $3 to $5 underneath AMC. So it's going to stay $3 to $5 underneath AMC. As AMC starts to run up, APE is going to stay about $3 to $5 underneath it, in my personal opinion. So if you guys can see right here, I want to point out that the RSI is in the overbought territory. So we could see a little bit of pullback, especially if we get that push up to $2, $2.50. We could see an initial pullback after that and consolidation. So I want you guys to just be warned about that. We could see a little bit more consolidation before we move up to that $2, $2.50 range. But APE is definitely setting up for that breakout. Right, the price point that you need to look out for the breakout that we need to use as support is $1.76. So once APE breaks above $1.76, comes back down and uses it as support, it's going to get that breakout to $2, $2.50. And that is what I'm looking at for APE. Let's go ahead and hop into GME stock and show you guys what I'm looking at for GME. Again, I think that the reverse split is not happening, and I stated why, because it's very, very obvious that APE was illegal. It shouldn't have been created. And also, number two, it's very, very obvious that it was used to cook the vote. I think that they're going to make him go back to the drawing board and just say the reverse split is done, or make him do a share count and then also make him do a vote with only AMC shares. And I think that's probably what's going to happen with the court case. Let's go ahead and look at GME. GME looks really, really good for a massive pump to the upside. So as you guys can see, GME went back and retested the sloping macro resistance today as support. So today was a very, very pivotal day for GME. We came down and tested the sloping macro resistance as support. So a 2-year resistance is now flipped as support. This is very, very bullish for GME stock. Extremely bullish, guys. I cannot understate how important that test was today, and we passed the test. You can see that every time we've had a rally, that we've hit our head on that 2-year sloping resistance. We have now broken above the 2-year macro sloping resistance of the falling wedge, went back down, retested as support, and then rocketed to the upside. Again, GME is about to break out of this falling wedge, which is a bullish continuation pattern, and pump to the upside. You can see that we're working on a bullish cross here on the 4-hour time frame. As you guys can see, working on a bullish cross on a 4-hour time frame, and we did get a green or we did get that green candle, that 4-hour candle at the end of the day here that we are printing, that we're moving to the upside. So we are getting that bullish cross to the upside for APE. And if we go ahead and switch to regular candles, you guys can see that we actually got a green candle for the daily candle print as well. As you guys can see, we got that green daily candle that I did predict on my morning videos. We did get that for GME. So again, we went back and retested that sloping macro resistance as support, and this is extremely, extremely bullish for GME. It is setting up for a massive run. So I'm going to show you guys the price points that GME needs to break to get this run. As you guys can see, Bollinger Bands constricting here on the 2-hour time frame, as well as getting that bullish MACD cross. This is extremely, extremely bullish. So again, we need to break 2450. GME needs to break above 2450 and hold it as support, and you will see a very, very bullish push for GME. As you guys can see, I'm going to show you guys a bit of a price path for what I expect for the rest of the week, but I'm expecting GME to start recovering and start moving to the upside throughout the rest of the week. I think GME is about to make a bullish run, and by the 28th and 29th be absolutely ripping. I do think GME is going to run before AMC. This is just my personal opinion. This is just what I'm thinking off of the technical analysis. You guys come here for my opinions, my technical analysis. This is what I'm thinking. So I do think GME is going to run before AMC, and it's going to be rallying by the 28th and 29th. I think AMC is going to have to wait for the 28th and 29th, and we're going to get into AMC here in a second to get that rally to the upside. But guys, I want you to understand that today was very, very pivotal for GME, testing that sloping macro resistance as support. And as you guys can see, we are beautifully set up for a rally. We're in this falling wedge, Bollinger Bands constricting, working on the MACD cross again. Very, very bullish for GME stock. This is very, very exciting, and I cannot wait for the next couple of days. You can see that they only have 85,000 shares available to borrow. They had up to 300,000 as early as today, so they used most of their shares available to borrow, used a lot of their ammo to try to push it down, and we tested that sloping macro resistance as support. This is extremely bullish. You guys can see that the options chain for GME is loaded, absolutely loaded, up to $40, so we can see a massive push. If we get above that $30 level, we could see a massive push for GME, easily up to $40, $50, $60, $70, $80 in my personal opinion. Also, guys, I want to show you guys another macro pattern that GME is forming, a massive double bottom here off of $15, and it's going to take us back up to easily $40, $50 once again. And once GME starts getting to these ranges, it's going to absolutely rip as shorts begin to cover, FOMO kicks in, and Gamma kicks in, start pushing us to all-time highs and higher. So that's what I'm looking at for GME on the short and long term. Again, very, very good day for GME. So let's hop into AMC and focus on AMC for the rest of this video. This is what most of you guys have been waiting on. Let's go ahead and check out AMC stock. So a lot of people might be discouraged actually about AMC and thinking that is not looking good, but guys, AMC, in my personal opinion, and based off of the technical analysis, looks really, really good for a rally as well. You guys can see that AMC has basically been, or has been, in an overall uptrend, making higher lows, higher low, higher low, higher low. So we keep making higher lows. Also, on the smaller time frames, AMC is oversold. As you guys can see, we're oversold on the smaller time frames on RSI, 4-hour time frame, oversold on the daily time frame. Bollinger Bands constricting on the daily time frame, letting us know that a massive move is coming, and we do have the green MACD on the daily time frame as well. I think we're setting up for a major move. I think AMC is going to be running around the 28th and the 29th. When is or what price AMC is going to run to and get that confirmation? We need to see on the 28th and 29th AMC run to about $5.15. As you guys can see, every time AMC gets above $5.15, we absolutely rocket to the upside. Each time we have gotten above $5.15, we rocket to the upside. Now, this shows us breaking, as you guys can see the bar pattern in yellow, it shows us breaking out of this micro falling wedge that you guys see here marked in blue, breaking out of this, which is a bullish pattern, breaking out of it, and then pushing up to $5.15, consolidating at $5.15, using it as support, and then absolutely pumping to the upside. I do think this is going to happen around the 28th and 29th. So if we do see AMC move to $5.15 on the 28th or 29th, if we see this happen, that means it is confirming the major upside that I am anticipating here in the near future. So me personally, again, this is not financial advice, but me personally, I am buying more AMC on the 22nd. By the 22nd, all of the downside should be done for AMC, and we should see nothing but upside. Now, again, this could be completely wrong. This is not financial advice. And me personally, I'm buying my shares, more shares on the 22nd. I do think we're going to see upside from the 22nd on into the 28th. Again, we could see more downside, but that is my plan and what I'm doing and when I think the bottom is going to be in. So again, that being said, I do think AMC could be coming to the downside for the next couple of days. So if you see downside for AMC, and I know you don't want to hear that, for the next couple of days till the 22nd possibly, do not get discouraged. I do think we're going to see a pump to the upside after those days. Basically, right now, what I think is happening is the last major shakeout before a run up to the upside. Now, this is just what I'm thinking on my technical analysis and my research. Again, you guys have to do your own thing and do what's best for you or your family. This is what I'm looking at based off the charts. I do not think the reverse split is going to happen. I actually think it's going to be a major catalyst once they announce that it is not happening, and we're going to see AMC start to run up to that $5.15 level, use it as support, and pump to the upside, as you guys seen on the bars pattern. Let's go ahead and look at the technical analysis and see if we can get confirmation from the technical analysis showing that we're going to get up to those levels. So as you guys can see, we are in this micro falling wedge, a bullish continuation pattern. So I do think AMC is going to break this falling wedge here in the next couple of days and then push to the upside. You can see that we're consolidating, making a high low, and basically making a major cup and handle pattern, and also making a major ascending triangle marked here in white. Again, we have this price point of about $5.15 as the breakout point. Let's go ahead and slide you over here so you guys can see on the price on the right of the screen. $5.15, as you guys can see, marked over in the side, is about the price point as well that we need to break to see that major push to the upside to about $10 to $16. I do think AMC is actually going to run to $16 or more here in the near future. And of course, I think once we get to $16, gamma is going to kick in, FOMO is going to kick in, shorts will start to cover, and we'll see AMC push even higher, but we'll get there and talk about that when the time comes. Also, more technical analysis that we have confirming we're going to see a run. We have a breakout of this falling wedge, this 2-year falling wedge. AMC has already broken its falling wedge and is using this resistance as support. So we are now using this resistance as support, and we're about to rally to the upside because we no longer have this 2-year sloping resistance over our head. Next time we rally, we're absolutely going to run. We also have green weekly MACD and Bollinger Bands constricting. As you guys can see, Bollinger Bands are very, very tight with green weekly MACD as we're forming a bottom in near 52-week lows. Again, this is a very nasty setup for a major move to the upside. As you guys can see, last time we had green weekly MACD and Bollinger Bands constrict, we had this run up here, and we had this run up here as well, and that's what we currently have right now. We are waiting for a major run up. You guys can see that short interest is increasing for AMC, 22.62%, 22.62%, plenty of short interest for a massive short squeeze. GME short interest is at 22 or 20.88%. Also, you can see that failure to deliver is absolutely through the roof. AMC, obviously, as synthetics, this float has been sold multiple times. In my personal opinion, again, more catalyst for a huge move to the upside. We also have the company doing better fundamentally, and we have a great movie lineup for this year, and the movies are doing very, very well. Again, all major catalysts for the move, but I think the ultimate catalyst is going to be on the 28th and 29th when they announce that the reverse split is being postponed or being held off. And I do think we're going to get that confirmation move to the upside based off of my technical analysis and research. So, guys, if this offends you or makes you mad and you want to whatever in the comments, I don't know why, but this is what I'm looking at based off of my research, okay? This is what I'm looking at. This is what I think. This is what I believe. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC on the short and long term. So guys, basically, like I said, summary of this, we could see more downside for AMC up until about the 22nd. Me personally, I am buying on the 22nd. I'm doubling down on my position, buying more and waiting for the rally to the upside. I do think the technicals and bars pattern confirm that. And I do think GME is going to be running first. I think GME is about to have that rally. I think APE is going to be running with AMC. And I think SPY is going to actually be coming to the downside and crashing while AMC and GME actually start running to the upside. So, and I also think that this is going to be happening over time. I think that we will have a major squeeze, but I think AMC and GME are actually about to go on a major bull run, like a bull run for several weeks of green. So that's what I'm looking at for AMC and GME and SPY and APE. Hopefully you found this video informative. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. Subscribe for more content like this. I also cover cryptocurrency as well. So if you find any of that informative, go ahead and drop a like. Subscribe for more content like this. And as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. All right, that was the video. If you found it informative, you can go ahead and drop a like, subscribe for more content like this, and you can become a member of this channel to support me for $2.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. You get a bunch of perks for becoming a member. You get exclusive content, exclusive access to me as well, exclusive EGMOs, and exclusive badges for being a member in this channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you that do so. You can cancel anytime. $2.99 a month. Just go ahead and press the join button next to the subscribe button on my channel. I also have a Discord as well. It is $50 for a lifetime invite. You can go ahead and hit me up on Twitter, on Instagram, and ask me about my Discord. $50 for a lifetime invite. I talk about stocks, cryptos, trades all day long on my Discord, and I have a great community there as well that you can be a part of. $50 for a lifetime invite. Or if you want to support me for free, you can simply drop a like, leave a comment, or press subscribe. That is a great way to support me for absolutely free, and I appreciate each and every one of you that do so and see the end of this video to see this message. As always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.